Hello, everybody. Welcome to the online teaching show. My name is Tim, and I'm really glad to be here, glad to be back. It's been quite a while since I've done a live show. If you're an OG to the channel, you know that I used to do Monday lives, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern time, almost every week. I mean, when I started the channel back in 2018, I guess it was around 2018, I started to use the live feature. I would do topics and have teachers come on, and I did interviews. I've probably interviewed around 100 people, 100 different teachers who are working with companies or going independent. And it was a lot of fun. And then last year, it started to become more difficult to get interviews. And I started to kind of slack on going live. And so anyway, excuses. I'm here. But the funny thing is I use a software called Streamyard to go live. And I used to pay $20 a month for it to be able to have things like the branding and the cool intro and the cool outro, and to be able to stream for as long as I wanted and all those kinds of things. And it was fairly affordable at $20 a month. I paid annually for it. And I just found out that Streamyard has doubled the fees for their monthly fee. So now it's like $42 a month or something like that. So my subscription is being renewed in July, and it's for the whole year. It's around $450. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that at this point, but I think if I have something to go live about, what I'm kind of wanting to do is to just kind of go live, and I don't need all the bells and whistles for it. So, you know, with subscription, sometimes it's a good idea to look at what you're paying for things and to evaluate whether or not it's worth it, right? You know, we kind of sign up for things that are like $10 a month or $15 a month, and then maybe you're not really using it to its full potential, and it's just a cost that you could save on. So, and I think it's good to sort of look at all your monthly subscriptions from time to time and see what you signed up for without remembering that you'd signed up for it. And then you look back and realize, geez, I've been paying, $15 a month for this thing that I don't use over the last year. And you're wasting money, right? Oftentimes. So that's the case with StreamYard. I just counted, I've gone live about 12 times in the last 12 months, whereas I used to go live every week. And so I'm not sure that paying the fee for all the bells and whistles with StreamYard is really worth it. But I wanted to come on. I didn't do any announcement with this. I didn't send an email blast to say I was going live. I just wanted to pop in and say hi, and sort of see who would show up. And we've got 8 people live, so that's great. Say hi if you haven't. Cindy's here. You were first, Cindy. Good stuff. Waiting. Thank you so much. And then we've got Devi here. Hello. And Obed, hopefully I'm saying your name right. I know who this is. I cannot remember your name because your name on here is outstanding English, but you can watch the replay. No problem. This is just going to be a short one. And you've got to go, Devi, catch up later. No worries. So just wanted to sort of say hi and update on things that I'm doing still. I'm still teaching online. I've still got a pretty good handful of students that I'm sort of maintaining, and looking at onboarding a couple of new students before the summer. So still teaching online privately. Haven't been with a company for ages and ages. I still recommend certain companies when people ask, and I've got my website with different things like that on there. I'm actually creating another video for Poly English next week. They've changed some of their hiring requirements, and they are hiring. So if you're interested in companies, I'm not really like the company guy anymore in terms of like knowing who's hiring, how much they're paying, but anything that I sort of catch wind of, I tend to put it on my website under the teach section. So you can go there and take a look. It's really difficult these days with companies, especially to find companies that pay decently. And really what I've been focusing on for the last 2 or 3 years is Launch, which has been my course. And Launch has always been a live cohort of teachers that I've gone through it with over, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. It's changed and evolved, and the duration has been around 4 to 6 weeks. And I've done it probably a dozen times over the last couple of years. And recently, in the last 6 months, I have put the course on Evergreen, and I've built a coaching program around it, where you get access to the newly updated launch course, as well as monthly calls and a community forum type area where you can ask questions, be involved in discussions with other teachers that are going through learning how to become independent teachers as well. And it's a 6-month program. And that has been my focus really for the last 6 months. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the links in the description of this live. And I also have a free class as well that will kind of give you a snapshot of the program, and you can learn more about it, and at least watch the free class, and then check out what Launch Academy, which is what it's called now, is all about, and decide, if that's something that you are interested in. So while I don't show up too much live anymore on YouTube, and the videos that I've produced have become less and less over the last several months, I'm still very active within Launch Academy, supporting teachers, a lot less social media and videos these days. And I think that that's completely fine for everyone who creates stuff online. I think we go through seasons of being very visible, being very present, showing up. And I think that showing up is a great thing, but it also can be exhausting, right? And it can be something that you need to take a break from time to time. So I have certainly taken breaks, but I still love this community. I love my YouTube channel. I can't stop completely being on here forever. I think as long as I'm teaching online, as long as I'm still interested in helping teachers, I'll still create videos from time to time. But I've taken that pressure away of being on sort of a schedule, showing up every Monday, for example, and things like that. So I see a few of you chatting. NetGhost, Magic Ears are closing down again, dude. Oh, I did. That's a funny one, because I know that they never really did, but they did, and then they kind of came back. So that's interesting. But I have got zero intel on Magic Ears, even though I actually worked with them quite closely on making videos in the past, recruiting. They were kind of a neat concept with their group classes. So yeah, interesting to hear that. Hey, Brooke, I know you. Good to see you. Yes, it is good to see me live. I am broadcasting from my living room. I've been in Bangkok, Thailand now. I just celebrated 4 years on May the 10th. So it was May the 10th, 2021, during the pandemic, when I had to move here. Came for what I thought was 3 to 6 months. Loved it. Loved the city. Found community, and have been here for 4 years. So yeah. Thank you, Cindy. Good update. Cambly. I don't, really do much work with Cambly, Beffy, but they're sort of someone that they've always sort of been hiring. So I think you can, at least put your application in there, and they're a little bit broader in terms of who they're hiring. So as I said, I wanted to update you on what I'm doing with online teaching, where my focus is right now. If you want to work with me, connect with me, at least go ahead, and the link in the description will take you to my free class. You'll learn about Launch Academy. I'm really passionate about that right now. And so that's where I'm kind of pouring my efforts, learning about marketing in a more evergreen way to bring new people into my world, not just relying on social media, looking at ads and affiliates and things like that. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing. And I'm involved in a summit this Friday, which is another reason why I wanted to go live. And I mentioned in the title that I have a special guest who I haven't seen in so long. So welcome, Crystal.
Hey. Hi, Tim. Thanks for having me. Hi,
hey,
everyone.
Crystal. Let me just. Were you here when I mentioned how much Streamyard is costing now?
No. Oh, what?
So I was telling everyone I was paying $20. You could pay an annual fee, which worked out to be about $20 a month, which was affordable. I was doing more lives, and you could do all these bells and whistles. But now they're double. So now they're like 42 with the annual. Yeah, and I think 47 per month. So I saw that my upcoming subscription bill July the 1st would be $450 for the year. I
Oh my
know.
goodness. So
That's
are you going to
crazy, right?
downgrade? I still use Streamyard, but I've only ever used the free one.
Yeah, and I think that's what I've decided. Like I'm not going live enough to make it worth it. If I had a show that I was doing every week and like you have to, I was saying like with subscriptions, they catch up to you and you need to keep on top of them.
I know, for sure.
Yeah.
I know.
So Q Kids and you guys know more about these companies that are, yes,
Yeah,
VIP Kid is still hiring. And I did do a video for them in the beginning of the year, but funny enough with them, like I have one of the #1 videos searched on YouTube with VIP Teacher, but I've only seen one teacher get hired through me in the last 9 months. So I don't know how much.
Why.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know why they.
I read just as NetGhost was saying about Magic Years, and I pulled my heartstrings. I used to love teaching for Magic Years. I'm sad to see them go.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened with them, but Obeid, thank you very much. We managed to get 5 private students from China. How did you do that? Inquiring mind. That's great. That's super successful. I got a lot of useful advice. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. They tried the homeroom thing.
NetGhost said they tried the homeroom thing because VIP Kid is doing that, aren't they? But it bombed, I guess.
I don't know what homeroom is. What do you mean?
Oh, was it them? Oh no, maybe it wasn't VIP Kid. Maybe it only was. I think it's like a recurrent class where you meet like every day or something.
Oh, okay. They've got a lot of different things going on from what I hear. So I don't know.
They seem to have such a solvent model as well, like you were saying with the group classes. And I loved teaching 3 kids. It was 3.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was definitely fun. And I think it brought in the idea of when you go independent of, having the group situation where you could get students maybe that were not willing to pay like your full one-on-one rate, but maybe
right. And also, and I know that you advocate for this too, in terms of like, even before you want to go independent, to take some contracted roles just to kind of learn the ropes. And Magic Years and Bling ABC were massive for me in the sort of learning how to manage groups of different sizes. As a teacher, how to cycle through students, how to keep it pacey, all the techniques. So
yeah. Thank you, Obeid. I'm planning on creating a funnel, like you said. So that's a good segue. All right. Crystal and I ran Level Up, 2022, 2023, and then last year, nothing. And I said that it just wasn't something that I wanted to put time into. And
oh my God, because there's so much time involved.
Yeah. And then you have created a summit. So one of the reasons why we're going live right now is, #1, I wanted to say hi to everyone. And I wanted to sort of do this as a test to see how many people showed up and all that kind of jazz. But also I wanted to talk about the summit on Friday, which I'm speaking at about building a funnel. So Crystal, first of all, how are you? Haven't seen you in ages.
Well, to be very sort of North American, I am like a headless chicken these days.
Are you?
It is nuts. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm still doing crystal clear ESL.
Yeah, you've got I don't know how you do it.
Nor do I. No, honestly. Then there's fun class on top and the summit, and it's just everything at breakneck speed. But really good. Yeah, no, really good. I always love this sort of springtime into summer where the days are longer and the sun starts shining less than it should here in England. It does.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been good. It's been actually one of the drier springs we've had here. So
okay.
Yeah. Maybe that means we'll pay for it into summer and we'll make up all the rainfall. But
Right. Yeah, I had a friend go back to visit. You're not anywhere near London, are you?
Yeah, I'm about an hour from
you are?
Yeah.
But I can't remember what she had said about the weather. She said it was nice, actually. Yeah, I think she was like, she lives in Singapore, and she was saying that it was like, it's really hot, like Southeast Asia is just really, really hot.
Yeah.
And so it was
Yeah,
like
I do
nothing
wonder
great.
what nice means to people who live in these more humid climates and that, because
Yeah.
I don't know. Nice here is like lukewarm to me.
Yeah. But see,
Well,
like
I'm from
anything,
the desert capital of Canada originally, so
yeah,
I'm used to proper like 35, 40-degree summers, and we
yeah,
don't get anything close to that here.
right. So we get 30 to 40 degrees every day. So anything below 30 is like amazing.
Like year round, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's like 30. We get like a month or two, December, January, where it's like maybe like high 20s, and it's like, wow. I mean, if it was only
That's so
like this
great.
every day,
Yeah.
it's just bearable. But now when you go out, like you're just like, it's like a hot, wet blanket here in Thailand. So
That's it. I remember when I was in Bangkok, and this is going back now, but it was March, end of March,
mm,
and it was like 40 degrees, and
yeah,
it's not 40 degrees like my hometown.
no,
That's for
yeah, it's like,
sure.
yeah, it feels like 50.
Yeah, and we went to go to some temples and that, where you have to you borrow their like
Oh
traditional
yeah,
garb to put over
oh
your
yeah,
clothing. So then you're literally dying, like
yeah, yeah,
multiple
yeah,
layers. Yeah.
yeah. Oh no, for sure. I live in shorts and a t-shirt and flip flops 95% of the year.
Do you
Yeah.
miss it? I know you've spent some time in Canada, and
Oh yeah,
was
I
it
miss
the
like
winter?
I do miss being able to dress up like in winter, spring, fall type clothes. I definitely
Right.
do. Yeah. And I have those clothes like if I'm going cuz I was in Canada in the summer so it wasn't super hot. I was in Japan as well. So like I've been to places where it's a little cooler but
Yeah.
nothing like a winter at all. I haven't been in a
Yeah.
Canadian winter in so many years, so yeah.
I
But
wouldn't I wouldn't go back by choice. I hate the cold. And I'm like,
right.
I used to, so when I was 10 and 11, we lived up north in a place where it's winter like 7 months.
Yeah.
And by winter, like we used to go sledging off the roofs of houses directly onto the snowbanks. And it's
Oh wow.
like a half pipe in the street. Proper what you would envision in Canadian winter. So
Oh
I
my
feel
god.
like I've had my lifetime supply of snow. Like that
Yeah, yeah.
quota is filled.
Me too. And I didn't grow up in Canada. I grew up in like a tropical island. I grew up in Bermuda.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
grew up in the heat, but yeah, I mean my 20s were in Canada and I was a teacher, so like I was just in the they called them nor'easters, the ones that would come through like New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. We'd get dozens of snow days a year, like crazy amounts of snow. So hello, good to see you again too. Thank you for being here. Any ESL teaching companies you recommend now? Head over to my website, onlineteacherdude.com. If I recommend anything, it's on there under the teach section. But no, I mean, Poly English is hiring. I'm doing a video for them actually next week.
Cool.
But they're like, yeah, I just don't keep up to date with companies. I'm so sorry,
Went to
Elia.
Vietnam.
Come to
Met
Oh,
Ghost
you're in
said,
Vietnam. Okay, yeah, Vietnam.
actually, I'm currently planning a trip to Vietnam
Are you
for,
really?
yeah, I might even be in your area.
Oh
We'll
no
finally
way!
get to
That
meet
would be
in person,
so
maybe.
cool.
Like Easter break next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
be here.
Our best friends live in Saigon, so we want to
Oh,
go visit
okay.
them. Yeah.
Oh, no way. Neat.
Yeah.
I was in Vietnam last month meeting some friends that are teachers in Hong Kong, but we went to an island called Phu Quoc, which is like um an island. Yeah, it's very small and it's
Yeah.
like very resorty. But it's yeah, close to the mainland. But I've been to Saigon several times too. 5 years in Thailand before this. Neat. Cool.
Nice. Yeah.
So, Crystal, let's talk about the Expert Educator Summit and tell us about
So
it.
it is like, I like to think of it as like the third iteration of Level Up, but you're joining us in a different capacity.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you are. You know,
Me
I
too.
feel like you're a safety blanket in a way.
Happy to be there. I've got to
you
like
haven't
finish
gone
putting it
without
together.
helping either.
What's that?
So I said you haven't gone without helping out either. Like
Oh
flagging
yeah. I wish I could do
issues in
more.
my
It's just like
funnel, and yeah.
I
I
know it's
mean,
a lot. It's a lot of work.
your viewers know what a sort of wealth of knowledge you are about funnels. So trust me, guys, I still hit Tim up from time to time.
Well, I was helping you with the funnel for the summit for the upsell, but I think something
Then it
happened.
went haywire. I know, man.
Okay. Did you fix it? So can we put the link to it? So guys,
Yeah.
it's a 1-day summit, right?
Yeah, let me drop the link in the comments here, and then you can.
I've got it in there already.
Oh, brilliant. Perfect. Yeah, so it's a 1-day event. It runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Friday, the 16th of May.
Yeah.
We've got 10 illustrious speakers lined up, including our own.
Great.
Tim.
Good job. You did get enough.
We did, by the skin of our teeth. There was a time there where I was like, oh, am I going to have to present and step in to fill a slot? But then we've also got 2 really exciting demos from our sponsors, because Qualified Tutor is a sponsor, and none other than Fun Class is sponsoring. And a little birdie has told me they're going to be coming with a massive announcement as well.
Oh, cool. Okay, neat.
So we've got some really cool speakers other than yourself. So you're going to be talking about finding and converting leads using a really duplicable funnel. I've got Abigail Fulbrook talking about how to build visibility beyond social media. So that's quite a cool angle. And Charlie from Charlie's Lessons, he's also big on YouTube and LinkedIn. He's going to be presenting his top tech tools so far this year, like what's really new in teaching tech. So that's going to be fun, because I always like taking those tips away and giving them a try myself.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's great. That sounds exciting.
For the past 2 years with Tim, we've welcomed James Liu from the Bowie Strategy, or the 21-day challenge. And I know that we want to appeal to people who've joined Summit before. So I don't consistently want to have the same faces every time, but the Bowie strategy does bring a lot of knowledge and experience. And so we're actually welcoming James's business partner, Stefania, this year instead.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's going to talk about how independent teachers tend to sabotage their own success and don't even realize it, and some tips for stopping that.
Okay.
We've recently welcomed Joe Gakonka on as a speaker, who's going to talk about YouTube videos and leveraging videos to build visibility, or even for like passive content.
Okay.
Cool. And we're welcoming Kate Bogart back because I just think that nailing your social media strategy is so critical as an online independent teacher. So yeah, she's an expert in that. And then I've taken it a different way. I don't know if you noticed this in my adverts, Tim, but as a teacher myself, I really find value in hearing from established success stories. So people who have successfully scaled from independent teaching to like solo to some kind of academy or agency or even a franchise. And actually I've scored one of each. So
great.
Toby and Emma, who have scaled to an agency. So they contract teachers, and their USP has been exam prep. So they're going to talk about that. And then I've got Sharon Colley, who is pretty well known. She is the admin of Leave Teaching and Thrive. It's a Facebook group with like 180,000 teachers in it. It's depressing, man. Like that many people in the public teaching industry that are on the house, you know, but prolific. And she runs a podcast as well called The Pit Pony. It's about business mindset and just shifting gears. So she's going to be talking about how to go from classroom to boardroom. And she's done it. She runs one of the biggest tutoring franchises in the UK now. So that's amazing.
Okay, neat.
Yeah. And I've got the third is a lady called Carmina, and she runs a ESL school online for French students based in France. And she's going to talk about how their USP of personalized learning, so taking like a pre-formed lesson or a PDF textbook and being able to just make easy adaptations to suit every learner in a one-on-one setting, even neurodiverse students. So that's going to be like key pedagogical stuff there.
Good
so
on you.
tons and tons of CPD. and lots of opportunities to like win prizes. We've got some like amazing door prizes, like annual passes for things, and obviously the same gift bags for those who decide to upgrade to platinum.
Yeah. So that's a good point. The platinum upgrade, it's so affordable, and I'm even putting a free month of my academy into that. So you, for $35, you get all the 35, right?
Yeah, 37.
37. So you get all the replays if you can't show up live, and you get gifts from the speakers. And so you'll be able to jump into Launch Academy for a month. You could, you know, if you wanted to, you could go through the whole course in a month, I guess. It's a lot, but you could participate in the discussions, and you'd be able to come to one group coaching call too. So that's a nice, I'm looking forward to that. And then if you want to continue in it, you know, we can work something out. So yeah, that's going to be great to have. Like,
that was super generous of you, because I know that Launch Academy is such a huge resource, and people get so much out of it that to just give it away and have that like extended sneak peek type thing is huge.
Yeah, I think it's a neat way of doing it, because a lot of people don't really maybe know what it's like to be part. Like, it's like an abstract thing, right? It's not like you're buying something from a physical store. And so if you've never been a part of like a coaching program before, that concept is a little bit maybe foreign, and maybe getting inside of it for free, essentially, kind of, for the cost of the upsell to the summit would be.
Yeah, well, and I mean, okay, so most people get an upsell because they want access to the recordings, right?
Right.
I think the fact that you're getting $400 worth of value on top of that from the sponsors and the speakers is just icing on the cake.
Yeah, exactly. How much is fair? This is a tough question. I got into it with someone on Facebook. I don't know. So it's been a long time since I've gotten into like a Facebook spew. I don't know. I've just luckily learned lessons in the past of running my own groups and stuff. But I was in someone else's group, and someone posted, I'm looking for a teacher and my rate is $10 or $15 an hour. I can't remember what it was. And so people were saying, it's the teacher that sets the rate, not the student, number one. And then I jumped in and said, like, agreed, you know, we don't go to our doctor and say what we're going to pay, and we don't go to wherever and like set our own rate.
Right.
Yeah. But... so anyway,
they charge Chinese prices to a, I don't know, Puerto Rican student or whatever, you know, like.
Correct. So this person, anyway, I'm no longer in that group. But I had people that were like, you know, agreed, but then this one, I don't know if she was the admin and I was bantering with her, but how much is, let's get back to the question. It really depends, right? It's not like something that anyone can really say. It depends on your niche, your market, who you're teaching. I still charge between around 45 US per hour. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'd start by looking, you can probably find job boards in that from the region that your students are based in, to find out what other tutors are charging, because that's likely what students in that region are willing to pay, right? Yeah. And there'll be a range. And then from that, I personally would look at my own qualifications and experience and decide where I fit in that range.
Yeah. Exactly. You applied to Poly English, they accepted it, required a police. Yes, they do. And it's not that unusual now, especially if you go back on my YouTube channel, I made a video about a guy, and that's probably the reason, because he was working for Lingostar, and I think Poly is an offshoot of Lingostar. So they made a video about why they now have police background checks. But yes, it's not often.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that video.
Yeah, I know. It was a little off-brand for me, but it was kind of a talk of the town topic at the moment. So, okay, guys. So, in the description of this video, I'll have a link. I put it in the chat as well. At least just go and sign up for free, and attend. You know, and if you can't attend, you can pay for the recordings and all the free gifts from the speakers. Anything else you want to say about it, Crystal?
It's gonna be really fun. I'm just really looking
Yeah.
forward to having a cool, chill day of just connecting and networking with our, colleagues in the industry. And
I
yeah,
will be glad to be there, and also I will be glad to turn off the camera at the end after 30
you'll be like,
because I remember when we did it, it was
"Oh,
hard. I mean, I think I was up until about 4 in the morning,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
and it's
this is a
just
disadvantage for you too with the time zones. I'm so
yeah,
lucky living here in the UK. I
it's good
couldn't
to
do
know.
my job if I still lived back home in Western Canada because, like you,
I
it's
know,
graveyard.
I know, but
Yeah.
I am cheering you on, and I haven't said this, but if you've got any, like, if you need anything in the next few days, just let me know. But I'll be cheering you on, and I know it's a ton of work, and I know the care and thought that goes into putting on a summit, and just the fielding the questions and I mean, I just got a couple emails. Someone couldn't register to your page, but I think you've sorted that out, so we
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
good to
Lacey
go.
goes, "Is this really free?" Yes, honey, it's free. It's free if
Yes,
you can
free.
join it on the day.
Yeah, so
There's
it's
an
free to just
option to
like
upgrade to score those recorded presentations, but you know what? The vast majority of people just come for the day, and that's
yeah.
why we do this, is we want to just reach out to as many people as we can and support. So,
Yeah, it is a free
yeah.
summit. Yeah, with an upsell if you want to buy the recordings, but you can still get everything live for
Yeah.
free. But you have to be there. You have to be there live for it. So that's why the upsell for only $37 is appealing for
Right.
some.
But you
Yeah.
can also decide on the day, like based on the quality of the presentations, if you want to upgrade. If you're there
True.
and you're like,
Yeah.
that's just crap, then
Yeah.
there's no obligation.
Yeah.
But Tim's
Exactly.
gonna come present, so we know it's not crap.
Ah, I hope so. But even like a month in Launch Academy is Launch Academy is $297 for 6 months. So it's
Yeah.
like just buying the upsell ticket for the summit recordings and everyone's gift, just that price of 37 is cheaper than it would cost you to be in my program for a month. So it's
Right.
it's
And
worth
all
it.
the
Yeah.
speakers have done something similar to that as well as Crystal Clear ESL and Fun Class and QT. We've all pitched in kind of that scale.
High
So yeah,
value
it's
thing. Yeah.
worth its weight in gold.
Cool. Well, I've
Thank
had
you
10
so much
people
for having
watching
me.
here. Thanks for,
What?
yeah, I've had 10 people watching, which is exciting.
Oh,
It
that's
is
so
fun to do
fun.
these. I always get like re-energized and I with YouTube, but it's a huge commitment to like go live and do all these things. And
Yes, the
you kind of,
consistency of it gets overwhelming.
yeah, and I need people to interview. So yeah, if you're watching and you want to be interviewed, help me to get those interviews started again. I'll be more motivated to come on more often and chat with folks.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, well, we'll leave it here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, everyone,
Okay.
for watching. And, reach out if you've got questions. Go to the summit. I'll see you on Friday. And
Okay,
yeah,
Friday.
that's a
Brilliant.
wrap.
That's a
Thanks,
wrap.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.